Hi, so let's talk again about something that we often find in Feldenkrais awareness through movement lessons. Sometimes the lessons present a challenge simply because of the position that the movement is done in. For instance, none of us really likes to lay face down very much, and particularly when it comes to lifting your head. So I'm going to use this to illustrate some really important principles about the method, because the method isn't really about doing the movement correctly. The method is about how you study your own self-organization and how willing you are to be not captured by the instruction, to not be captured by the final product, but to use the lesson as a laboratory in which to make mistakes so that learning can take place. So for instance, if I am going to do a lesson where I'm lying like this, and the instruction is, let's just say I'm a relatively new person to the Feldenkrais method. Someone's going to say the instruction is, please slowly lift your head. Well, this is what I'm going to do. So A, number one, I'm not going to go slowly, and B, number two, I'm going to use force to speed through the action, because it's difficult for me. It's not something that I know how to do very well. And so what we talk about a lot is the threshold of movement and slowing the threshold down, so that what if I just begin to do the movement so that I feel the bones of my cheek barely move off the bones of my hand, and then I set my weight back down. Now you might not even really be able to see this movement, but as I do this slow approach to the threshold of the movement, the very beginning of the movement, where I just feel my cheekbones lighten off my hands, then I start to feel, okay, where is the muscular effort building? Well, of course I can feel it in my neck, but do you know what? I can feel it down into the middle of my back, between my shoulder blades. And if I continue playing with this, then I realize, oh, I can feel my chest on the floor. What if I press with my chest into the floor instead of just using my back muscles all by myself? Then I might come to a situation where I realize, you know what? My right shoulder really feels not so great. So maybe I would try to find a different position for my hands to be in which case I would really have to begin to use what I know about the support that's underneath me, all of this surface that can get some support to lift my head, almost as if it's counterbalancing the weight of my head. So if I start to notice that my pubic bone is on the floor, that my lower ribs are on the floor, that my chest is on the floor, that my elbows are on the floor, then I can begin to move a little bit more through the threshold of the movement. Now notice the movement still might not be very apparent to the naked eye. And maybe I need to turn my head in the opposite direction for a while and do it on the other side. I hope you can still hear me. When I turn my head to the left, I feel my right chest a lot more into the floor than my left chest. If I turn back this way, it's also true that my left chest is providing me with more support than my right chest. And so all of a sudden this movement is starting to become easier and lighter. And now I'm going to think about using my pubic bone into the floor so that I have all of this support through the ground that's allowing my head to become lighter. Now, the only thing I want to warn you about is that this lesson, this process that I just showed you, would take a full hour to go through. So please don't lie down on the floor and do this for 10 minutes and do everything that you just saw, because this is not a Feldenkrais lesson. It's just
an explanation of a lesson, okay? So thanks for watching. If you haven't subscribed, I'd appreciate it a great deal if you did. And if you wish to receive notifications about future posts, then you click the bell that says notifications by it. Thanks so much for watching.